Greetings, Marsh here, and welcome to episode 58 of my modded Factorio playthrough. Enjoy. Power resources, 2 greens, 1 green. We could put some lights on here too, I suppose, now that I think about it. It should be okay for now. They're fairly low priority. It's not too big a deal. The only thing we'd care about is if they were full, or this one was less than 10,000. Maybe later on it might make more sense to put some control lights on there, but for now I think I'll just leave it as is. But the big thing is this. Looks like we're already full on hydrogen again, and we're running low on oxygen. So we need to drain this. Let's make the barreling pump. Stick it right here for now. So I'm going to fill hydrogen barrels. And let's just put chests. You can do 1 chest to go in, 1 chest to go out. I'll put this on the side. So on the in chest, we'll just put some barrels. Oops, and I clicked everything again. I hate when I do that. And that's just going to get to work filling that up. And you see these barrels are quickly filling, because that is a substantial amount. But for now, that's good. Kind of feel like I have a lot of random junk in the inventory that I need to sort out. Or at least, it's like I have a fairly empty inventory, so I feel like there's resources that I need to be picking up. A single piece of wood. There it goes. Stop moving. Come on. There we go. Power. Still pretty high, but we're doing alright. Definitely eager to turn that into solar energy. Alright, solar's done, but we don't... The standard solar panels isn't the full selection of things we can do, so we really want to unlock the small ones and the large ones as well. So we'll work on that. There we go. Inventory looks a little cleaner now, like it should. There's some more stuff we can make. One other easy thing to make is the things with stone in them. Specifically, stone pipes. So, stone pipe, stone underground. And let's get the stone over here. At some point I will extend all these belts so we don't have to extend them individually, but I'm still trying to save on electricity, essentially, because it still takes energy to process all this stuff, and although we have a fairly limitless supply of resources now, I'm still worried about that biter evolution kind of catching up to us, so for now I'm still going to avoid wasting or using too much electricity until our electricity is infinite and clean. So there, the stone will come by. And we can also make some stone walls as well. This is kind of thinking in the future a little bit, but stone walls are extremely time-consuming to make, and they take a ton of bricks, so if we could make these ahead of time, that would be rather nice. So that is, looks like 2 bricks a second. Let's output them into a chest. I'll just make it 1 stack for now, even though from a practical perspective we want way more than a single stack of walls. but I'll just have it set up for us here. Looks like we're almost full on barrels, so let's move these back and barrel up some more hydrogen. Oops. Oh, looks like it's gone pretty far with the hydrogen. You see the tanks are a lot lower than they were. So we're full of hydrogen barrels. And now we need more empties. I have a more permanent setup for this. Right now I'm just doing this to empty all of these tanks. And to better facilitate how we're going to take care of this. So I'll let those run for a while. Another thing we can do is make some power poles. Because we're constantly needing to build those. Looks like it's still making stone. I was thinking of filling out my stone pipes, but we're still working on that. Okay. To make a medium pole, we do make 2 poles a second, and we're going to need 2 small iron electric poles per second, or, yep. So we need to make another one. Right there. They take the same amount of crafting speed, so that's fine. So then both of these are going to require, it looks like, 2 copper cable a second there, and 8 copper cable a second there, so 10 copper cable. But at a speed of 0.75, so that's 7.5 copper cables a second. And if I recall, if you do enough of these ratios, you start remembering this stuff, that each electronics machine can make 4 copper cable a second, so we just need 2 of them. So something like this. And have the 2 machines. Yep, something like that. Make us some copper cable. So copper comes in here. I believe it's 1 inserter goes in, and then 2 of them go out. Some nears. So 1.5 per second ish. So we can put 1 right there, and this one requires 6 per second. So about 3. And then on the other side, we're going to need iron and steel. Let's make the iron come in through this side. So 1 long-handed inserter is good for the iron. Then how much steel? About 3 per second, so 2. And let's do the big poles. Although we do need to leave some space for the storage. So let's do this. Alright, big poles. Let's see. 10 copper cable a second, or 20, but at a speed of 0.75, so we need 15. So that requires about another 4 of these guys. Oh, solar panels. Well, let's finish this first. So right there, right there, right there. Now how do we do this? The top was the long, or the regular inserter. The bottom is the near. Since this is something that looks like we're going to need a lot of, like potentially up to 15 per second, I'm going to use a fast belt. And actually, now I think about it, 15 per second isn't even going to be possible because of the inserter limitations. So let's feed this joker with as much as we can get in there. So let's do that. Then limit it here. And let's do some corners. So pick up, drop. Right there. And right there. Okay. As far as steel, we need 10 per second, so but speed of 0.75, so 7.5 per second. I imagine like 3 would be enough for that. It might not quite be enough, but we're going to be limited with those anyway, so it should be good. Okay, there we go. Kind of got some weird power poles going on here. We don't need these here anymore. So let's make the blueprint. Pick everything up and drop it over here. Right there. So iron, steel, copper. There's that. Let's do the copper. Probably going to need some more undergrounds. And a light in here somewhere, like right there. And we need to run steel down. Can we do that? Probably. Potentially, if we kind of snake some stuff around a little bit. Let's see what we can do. So that's the steel. Yep, and then carbon would go up here. Actually, that looks like it's gonna fit. I don't think anything's messed up about that. There we go. We should start making power poles. Let's just double check to make sure it starts up, and then we could start doing some solar panel planning. Oh, I don't have a inserter right here. Move between those. There we go. Looks good. Power's still good. One other thing we could research is the solar panels for the vehicle. So we can get some more functionality out of it. And technically this isn't unlocked under normal solar panels. Like you can research this before you research the standard panels, but doesn't really make a difference. So I'll just research those now. Oh, look how much faster it's researching. So let's clear some space out right here so we have some room to practice. Because the next thing we need to do here is figure out what kind of solar panel stamp we're going to use, because solar panels take an enormous amount of space, so you want something that you could repeat easily and is very space efficient. So let's figure out some kind of panel we can do, some kind of stamp. I'm going to wait until those get out of the way to make this a little easier, or maybe I'll just do it over here. So let's do a stamp involving 4 power poles. So this is the maximum reach that power poles can be from each other. And I'm going to use bricks to help. So you see that the coverage range of this pole is here. But you notice on the design, all right, vehicle panels are done. You notice on the design that each pole has one gap of space before you get to the next pole's region, if that makes sense. So what this means is we need to expand these corners out by 1 unit. And now this is the full area that this stamp will cover. And I'm using bricks just to visualize it. Makes it a little easier to understand. So basically we need to fill up this space with solar panels. And as completely as possible that we can fill this space up, the better. There we go. I was thinking we should start planning the panels out, but actually we need to make the panels first. They're very time consuming to build. See, the large panels take 18 seconds, so if we built that by hand, it would take quite a while. So let's get the assembly line going first. We're going to save building solar panels for the next episode, so I'll see you there.